All right, let's jump right in. We're at a really fascinating and, frankly, a super critical moment in medicine. It's a moment that really boils down to one huge question. Is the rise of artificial intelligence going to lead us to a future of incredible healing, or is it going to wrap us up in a new kind of digital confinement?
This is so much more than just a tech issue. It's a huge shift in how we think about health and suffering. It's like we're looking into a brand new kind of mirror, and what it shows us is going to shape our world in ways we're only just starting to wrap our heads around.
And make no mistake about it, this is not some far off sci fi movie plot. This is happening right now. AI is already being woven into our healthcare systems, from the research lab all the way to the operating room. So, first, let's talk about the incredible upside. What are these healing hands of AI really capable of? Because this is where the potential is just, well, it's staggering. I mean, the sheer scope of this is just wild. On one hand, you've got algorithms that can spot these tiny little disease markers on a scan that even a trained human eye might just glance over. Then you have treatments being designed, not just for a disease, but for your specific genetic code. AI is also speeding up the process of finding new drugs like crazy, and it's helping surgical robots perform these incredibly delicate procedures with a precision that's literally superhuman. And that gets us to a really important idea. The best way to think about AI in medicine isn't about it replacing doctors. No way. It's about empowering them. It's about giving them superpowers they've never had before. Think of it like this. A doctor has all of their training and experience, but an AI? It can have the collective knowledge from millions of medical journals, patient histories, and genetic databases all at once. It's like an intellectual co-pilot, seeing connections and patterns in that massive ocean of data that no single person could ever hope to see. But, every powerful new tool casts a long shadow. So now we have to flip the coin and look at the peril to really examine the serious dangers we need to face head on. So what are the big red flags here? Well, first up is algorithmic bias. An AI learns from the data we give it, right? So if our data has human biases baked in, the AI can learn those biases and even make them worse. Then there's data privacy. I mean, we're talking about our most personal health information. The risk of that getting out or being misused is huge. There's also the fear that we'll rely on it too much and doctors' own intuitive skills could start to fade. And finally, you've got the really tricky black box problem. What happens when an AI makes a life or death call and we have absolutely no idea why it made that choice? And look, this isn't just a what if scenario. This actually happened. A huge 2019 study found that a major algorithm used across the US was doing exactly this. See, it was supposed to find the sickest patients who needed extra care, but it used healthcare cost as a shortcut for how sick someone was. And since historically less money has been spent on Black patients' care, the algorithm made a terrible assumption. It concluded they must be healthier. It's a shocking, real-world example of how societal bias gets copied and pasted right into our technology. This quote just nails the heart of that black box issue, doesn't it? It's like a judge giving a verdict, but refusing to explain their reasoning. If we just blindly trust a machine's decision without being able to understand its logic, we're essentially giving up our own power to make an informed choice. And all these practical issues, they point to something much deeper, something more fundamental. What's the ultimate price we could end up paying? This is where we have to consider the risk that these incredible healing hands could slowly become a set of digital chains, changing the very soul of what it means to care for another person. And that's really the question that sits at the very core of this whole debate. In this big push for perfect efficiency and perfect accuracy, are we running the risk of squeezing out the one thing that makes healing feel, well, human? This really gets to the deepest fear, right? The dehumanization of medicine. A future where patients feel less like people and more like a collection of data points, where an algorithm, not a human doctor, might make the final call on life and death. A future where the system gets so obsessed with numbers and efficiency that it forgets about the actual person at the center of it all. There's a powerful, almost sacred connection that can happen between a patient and a healer. A reassuring hand on the shoulder, a look of true understanding. These things are medicine too. And that's the kind of medicine that no algorithm can write a prescription for. That's what we stand to lose. Okay, so we're faced with this incredible promise on one side and this profound peril on the other. It sounds pretty daunting. What do we even do? Well, the most important thing to remember is that we are not just passengers on this ride. We have to navigate this maze on purpose. And this right here is the most empowering idea of all. This is not a runaway train. We are the ones building the tracks. We get to choose. We can either just sit back and see what happens, or we can actively build a future where AI serves our deepest human values, and not the other way around. So what does that actually look like? Well, here's a pretty solid roadmap. Number one, we have to insist that this tech is designed with humans at the center. That means empathy and dignity come first. Two, we need transparency. We have to crack open that black box so we can understand how it thinks. Three, we absolutely need strong ethical rules and regulations. Four, we need to double down on teaching and valuing the skills that make us human, like compassion and critical thinking. And five, we have to be responsible guardians of data, protecting people's privacy like it's our own. AI is kind of like the discovery of fire. It's this incredibly powerful force. It can bring immense warmth and progress, or it can cause unbelievable destruction. This quote asks the essential question: are we going to be the masters of this new flame, using it wisely, or are we just going to be mesmerized by it and end up getting burned? So I'll leave you with this final thought to wrestle with. What's the true measure of care? Is it the cold, hard perfection of 100% accuracy? Or is there something priceless in the warmth of imperfect, compassionate humanity? Your answer to that question says a lot, not just about the future of healthcare, but about what you believe healing really is.